This is going to be an interesting day. We're getting solar on our house. The whole 22 panels of solar. So they're all installed and now they're doing the rest of the hookup. So there's some drilling and mechanical activities going on in the house, and it's going to be just part of what's going on here today. Hopefully we don't lose power, because they're going to be switching it over at some point. I think that's later today, but welcome. Thank you for coming. This is the Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness Facebook group page, and my name's Annie Bachelder. I'm an Akashic channel, and I channeled this wonderful book, Soul Consciousness, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness, an Akashic Records Guide to Living a Fulfilled Life. And Sana Marie Wicks is here. Thank you so much. It was such a nice day yesterday with you. Well, I know Mom loved it. And there's Mary Beth Ashley. Oh, yay, I feel graced. Look at these wonderful people who are here. You're going to join me. You are on my list of favorites, of course. I love everybody. And today is a great day. Good morning, Rebecca Donald, to write your questions in on the Facebook comments, because that's how I know what to channel for you. Let me just get something organized here. And go to the group page. I have to switch back and forth between looking at my phone and what's going on there, but oftentimes my phone doesn't register your comments as quickly as I would like, so it takes a few minutes to see what you got, what you guys are asking for and what you need. I am here to channel live for you and answer questions. If not, you've got me talking to you. And there's Rachel Gately. Oh my goodness. I'm honored that you're tuning in today. I never know who's going to show, and it's like I leave it to the divine. And let me say happy Valentine's Day to you all. Happy Valentine's Day. Maybe we be in the space of love and pleasure and joy and sharing and our spiritual hearts. One of the things that my guides talk about in this book is your spiritual heart, and they explain what it is, like a very technical explanation, how it features into channeling, and how you can use your spiritual heart. The spiritual heart is one of 3 hearts that they talk about. Your physical heart's the first one. Second one is your heart chakra. And even bigger than that, look at all these balloons that are coming on the screen. That's fun. And the third one is the spiritual heart, and it's really, really big. It's like, this is the place you can go when it's like you get to something or someone. I don't know how to love this. I don't know how to love this person. I don't know how to love myself when I'm this way. If you get into your spiritual heart and then feel what that feels like, you're going to feel the shift right away. It's a powerful, powerful thing. And of course, my guides are always saying, take the energy from that 8th chakra, about a foot above your head, and let the light of your soul chakra pour into the space between your crown chakra and the soul chakra, and fill it with soul's light, and then take all that soul's light into your body, all the way down down, 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 all through your body, all the organs, all the vertebrae, all the systems, all the physical aspects, all the way down into your feet and down into Mother Earth, and ground your soul's light in Mother Earth. And isn't that interesting? Ding, 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 ding. Okay, the internet is doing some funny things, and so it is. We're going to have some experiences. Rachel, I remember reading for you, and I'm really glad to see you here, and glad that you're like tuning in to this energy. Anyway, so once you're fully embodied of your soul's light, open your spiritual heart. There you go. And this is like when I think of, dear Goddess, help me to see as you see and to love as you love. This is the feeling I'm after, because my spiritual heart knows how to love as the divine loves. And I think it's equally possible for you to feel this the same as I do, or even bigger. Some of you are better at this. I think Mary Beth Ashley's now Mary Beth Ashley is a very good practitioner at many, many things. She and I met in Akashic Records class. And she's done readings for me and energy processes with me that's really shifted me into the next level. And she knows about loving from the spiritual heart. She knows about loving from that wonderful, wonderful place. So today being Valentine's Day, the internet, of course, is going nuts and having its own experience, unauthorized by little old me, because I'm supposed to be here doing this stuff. But anyway, so who's got a question? You can ask any kind of question you want. There are no dumb questions. All questions are valid. Everything is important. If it's something that bothers you and to not know, or you think you've hit like the limit of your knowingness, then great. Ask a question here, because the guides would love to interact with you on that. And if you want to learn how to open your own Akashic Records, get my book. My book is now published. It's on Amazon for sale, $24 on Amazon. This is not just a little ebook. This is 360 pages of channeled, very, very esoteric information, very useful esoteric information. I mean, some esoteric information is like, it's so thick and so above my pay grade that it's hard to apply. It's hard to figure out. But this is actually useful. It will speak to your personality, it will speak to your soul, and it will help you connect even more deeply with the divine, who my guides call the Great Creatress. Isn't that lovely? I just think that's great. The Great Creatress. I mean, they talk about the Great Creatress being like a giant uterus, because she's always birthing what's new. And we can be in that process with the divine. We can bring the divine into our process of birthing what's new. Excuse me. And channeling this book, I mean, there were a lot of times where I hit a wall with the guides, like, I can't do that. I'm not detached enough. I'm not objective enough. You want me to talk about writing my soul's plan? I'm like, I can't. It's somebody else should do that. And they're like, never mind. Just keep going. Just keep going. We'll get you through this. And there's Pat Hansen. Hi, sweetie pie. This morning, at the 7:30 live on my personal page, we pulled 3 DNA activation cards. And the first one is the Akasha. And these symbols are wonderful because they can come into your mind very easily and move through the body, and they can settle in different places, and they're very applicable and very useful, and you can feel them. And this is one way to reacquire some of the missing DNA that your human design originally had, but which was distorted in the fall of Atlantis. And this gal, her name is Jean Adrienne. She created the Reconnecting Soul deck, 142 DNA activation cards, so that we could have the full complement of 144 strands. And so for Valentine's Day, they had me pull 3 cards, and this is one of them. And this is the Akasha card. And it says, with this activation, you have full access to the Akashic Records and all knowledge that has ever existed. Use this wisely. You can have all knowledge that has ever existed. You can access this. And you learn to open your Akashic Records in my book. And then you learn to ask lots of really cool questions about past life interferences, how your ancestors are interacting with you. Are there loved ones talking to you that are interfering somehow? And being able to really get information at soul level is hugely empowering. Plus, when you embody your soul's light, you automatically become linked to the divine creatress, the great creatress, the divine, the all that is, she who created us all. I mean, that's big. That's big. Okay. So Rebecca Donald put a question in here. For Valentine's Day and for fun, can you channel a physical description of the next man I will date? Wow, he's showing up in a red outfit. And he's a jokester. He's fun. I mean, he's the kind of guy that would show up on for a date wearing, like elfin curved pointed shoes, with the curve at the toe and maybe even a dingleberry at the top, and he makes your life fun. I mean, sometimes you might feel a little irritated because it seems childish, but he's going to remind you about how not serious this is, and how having fun, being playful, being lighthearted, being childlike, being innocent, being curious is really good for you. He's got dark hair. Okay, so there's some gray kicking in around the edges, of a little distinguishing gray right there, but mostly it's dark hair. I think he might even be a little bit younger than you. Well, since money is always important, right? He does seem like he has a modest trust fund that he has available to him, and that would mean that you would have the benefit of he could take you on some nice adventures. And well, they're saying this is about 2 years off, but I know that's like way too far in the future for you. So just condense time, and come into this moment and be the person who knows how to say yes to play, yes to fun, yes to adventure, yes to being even nonsensical and silly, that like downright silly. just because life has been so serious for you for so long, really. And like this person knows how to be with you and how to get you to play. But you've got to be a yes for it. You've got to like not see it as ridiculous, supercilious. You can't see it as superficial, because right underneath that playful exterior is a really heartfelt guy. And he's looking at you, he's seeing you. And this is what you want. You want to be seen, felt, known, and recognized, by a partner who knows how to enrich your life at a lot of levels, in a lot of ways, for sure. I love this question. This is a great question, Rebecca. Really great question. I love how you put it too. Let's see. Let me just see if there's anything else that's going to come from this. It's you dating this fellow, Rebecca, is going to open up a lot of things that have been clamped shut and tight. And this is a great year for playing and being spontaneous and being lighthearted and being flexible. And because to me, this is we've got to be like right lockstep with the divine, hearing the directions and following the nudges, the subtle little nudges every day, every minute, every hour as we go along. David Grace, oh, happy Valentine's Day, my lovely, to you too. Yay. Okay, so Rachel is asking, Annie, thanks for answering questions. I'm looking to relocate anywhere in the US or stay in Santa Barbara. Do you receive any guidance for me on the best choice? Well, they're saying that you need to have like a couple of locations, meaning at least two. Like, this is the way it feels. Like Santa Barbara really holds your heart in a lot of ways, because there's a lot of pluses to being in Santa Barbara. And what I think you're wanting is less expensive place to live, and one that will support your soul's purposes and your health. We need one that is going to help support your health. And I think, oddly enough, a drier climate periodically is going to be very good. Oh, look at that. Annie has to turn off her phone. The robocalls are coming in hot and heavy. You never know. Hard. They're faster than I am about getting all the updates. Anyway, so Rachel, so living in two places. So I'm seeing you living more higher up in the mountains, maybe the Anza Borrego high desert area, down towards San Diego, or Colorado's feeling like it might have some draw for you. And this may not be permanent, and you may be back and forth to both locations before you find a more permanent location. But these are great places to explore and to check out and to be open to. I think the elevation in the high desert is well, dry, and I'm thinking of dry skin, might be difficult. I think it'd be good for your respiratory system, and to kind of dry out some of the overly moist parts of your body that are suffering and that are prone to inflammation. And so it would be healthy for you to move into a higher location, higher, drier location, just in general, to get that environment a little drier so that your body can recover some of its equilibrium. And but I know you enjoy the ocean and some of the other good things about Santa Barbara, and the coast, and the ocean. I mean, you can't replace the ocean. It's just gorgeous. I'm not sure you want to live in snow. Like some of the people I know who live in snow, like in the high desert of eastern Washington state, or my sister's living in Colorado. It's nice to get out of the snow during the winter, so that traveling to warmer climes and non-snowy climes during the winter months is a nice break. And so I'm seeing that for you, which means you may have a mobile home. You may be finding a home that goes with you where you go. Let's see. Are you planning a trip to New York? Like, do you know somebody there or have family there that you need to visit? It seems like a trip, like a visit, like a week, 2 weeks trip to New York, because either somebody's dying or getting married, or there's something big happening there. And so finding a way to get there would be really useful for you. I think it would pay. And I don't mean so much in dollars and cents, although that might be part of it, but I think it would be valuable for you and your personal growth, one way or another, to incorporate that into your travel plans. And this is the way they're teaching me how to manifest and things like this. You embody your soul's light, and this is good for everybody. And then you activate your spiritual heart and see what is important to you, going out on lots of different lines of light and connecting with other people, other locations, other points that are harmonious with your energy. And see how your spiritual heart can embrace all of these options and then bring them to you, like bring them close in to you. Because you're not only sending your soul's light through your spiritual heart out to these locations or people or connection places, but you're also receiving back from these points of light destinations. There you go. Good. Oh, whoa. Everybody did that so well. Moved my head like that. Well done, folks. Well done. And you can even extend your heart energy, your spiritual heart and soul energy, out to another layer out from that first stage of either locations or destinations, or like for me it's like bookstores. Where am I going to get my book? And I'm sending love and heart energy to these locations and these stores, and all the people who are buying my book, and all the people who this book was channeled for. And maybe you all are seeing places that you want to go, things that you want to feel, connections that you want to make, experiences you want to have in this lifetime. Maybe you're traveling someplace and you're picturing those things and you're sending heart light out to them. And then there's another layer beyond that, the second layer. And so allow the spiritual heart to send light out to that second layer, like the next stage of that action or that next level of creation and receiving and havingness, and then receive back from that second level. You're sending out, so you have to receive back to maintain some kind of status quo. And notice that when you receive back, it's as if your energy has been upgraded just a little bit. Just a little bit. Doesn't have to be monumental, but just a little bit in a useful way. And from there, remember you're embodied in your soul's light. You're connected with the divine. Your spiritual heart is activated. And now you're going to send light from you out to the third layer, the largest, the biggest, the most remote layer. And that adds choices to what you are working on, or the options that you can accommodate in your imaginings and your spiritual imagination, and start to picture these things, start to get a bigger scale for what's next for you. Because remember that you are a child of the divine, upon whom the divine's favor rests. And as such, the divine wants to help you create what you want. You're already in cahoots. You might as well maximize this opportunity. Good. And now open your receiving and receive back from that third layer. Good. Oh boy. And some of you are activating, perhaps you have guardian angels or divine beings that you work with, beings of light, higher consciousness energy beings that are helping you in life. And they're assisting you with tweaking your vision and expanding your vision and opening your receiving to a nice big level. It's the divine's good pleasure to give you the queendom. The divine wants you happy. You're much better and more useful to the divine when you're happy. So you might as well go for what you want and what makes you happy. Let's see. Pat Hansen says big tech guys are selling off some of their socks. Oh, you mean stocks? Because I'm thinking I don't know, maybe their socks are worth something and they get something like on eBay for it. Any insights to what will happen in the markets in the next 3 months? Let's look. This is not my usual playing field, but I would be glad to access this. I do see a little downturn in about June, or a downturn until June, and then there's a big uptick because a lot of things shift at that point. Like we're halfway into the year, we're halfway into the development of this year, and we're like far more adjusted to the energy of this year. I mean, it's easier here in February than it was in January. I mean, it was a struggle in January to kind of make this update to the energy and the planetary alignments and the shifts and the way of being that accommodated all this. And it's a little easier this month, but when we get to like around late May and June, we should be have a kind of mastery. Now that means we don't, and this year we don't get to use any formulaic designs. Even that thing that I just did with you with the energy of embodying your soul's light, invoking and activating your spiritual heart and being in cahoots with the divine. It's a little formulaic, and God bless you, work it, use the tools that we're given. And this year is such spontaneous energy. And so it's like, when the moment's right, when it's like you're just, wow, I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to take this leap right now. And it might be different tomorrow, or it might have been impossible yesterday, but today, it's like you're present, you're ready. It's like you get the go for it thing. And that's the way it is. That's the way it is. And today, the other cards that we got to use, this is the purity card. Oh, hi, Cynthia Clark is watching too. Yay. And so it means that we're going to have to keep our integrity intact. And we also have the Horizon card. Now I'm thinking about the stocks though. I'm not done answering that question. We also have this Horizon card on the spectrum today, at least for Valentine's Day. And I'll read all those in a few minutes. But let me look at stocks. Well, we're gonna, by June, some of these presidential runners issues are going to be cleared up, and some of the field will be, the words the guides are using is strained, not strained as in, oh, such a strain to do that, but purified, is sifted, the wheat from the chaff will be sorted, and really this is when the cream will float to the top in June. Remember that you are not necessarily a product of the news as it is seen through the newsmaker's eyes. You are all independents, and it's all right for you to think independently of mainstream media, or the high muckety mucks that we all want to know how they're deciding about their money or whatever, and like that. But to see with your own eyes and know with your own knowing, and to trust yourself with these things. And the stock market game, it's a long ride, and it goes up and it goes down, and that's the nature of the beast. Rachel says, I have to go, but good to see you. I'm so glad you got to be here. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you. I'm having a good day because you guys are here. Thank you so much. It really makes a difference. I hope you have fun, and keep me in touch with your journeys, all right? And your explorations. Let me just look at what else is. Oh, there's going to be a big rise heading from June into September, like record highs, and then some drop downs. So that's going on. And do you might find yourself moving some things around? I think you're probably drawn to some of what Carrie Chin does, Pat Hansen, because gold and silver and stuff like that, and things that are the base metals, or the basis of our value system, or our wealth plans here. And then here's Karen Gronowski. Hello, nice to see you, honey bunch. Say hello to everyone in your beloved family. So a lot of that. And then, like, I'm looking at September, October, November, December, and there's like an outbreak of hopefulness in December. I love the way the guides are putting that, an outbreak of hopefulness. I'm all for an outbreak of hopefulness. And, you know, we are holding the light that allows for that. All of us are being who we are, having the questions we're having the experiences we're having, taking the leaps of faith that we're taking, and trusting ourselves more, and knowing that we are all beloved children of the divine, upon whom the divine's favor rests. We are all beloved children of the divine, upon whom the divine's favor rests. And that's the message from last night and for today. So much. And for a Valentine's Day, that's such a, it's like getting a love note from the divine. Sitting in that. I mean, it almost makes me squirm to sit in the idea that I'm a beloved child of the divine, upon whom the divine's favor rests. And all of you are as well. And so are the bacteria in my gut who digest my food, and the COVID virus, and people I don't even want to think about because I don't want to like them. I don't know how to love them. I mean, all of us, all of divine creation are beloved children of the divine, upon whom the divine's favor rests. And that is the unifying feature. Isn't that amazing? Like, it's like a spider web of connections, isn't it? Wow. So Karen, do you have a question for me? Are you going to ask me a really good question? I'd love to get questions from you. Or David, what? Anything new on your horizon? Are you finding things to teach? I'm gonna refresh my page and see if there's something that shows up that I missed before. Nope. No questions here. Cynthia, do you have a question? How are things unfolding for you? How are you? Oh my goodness. You still getting your workout on the world. I know. It's going to be the rest of your life, dear. So you don't have to rush. You're on the job and you're doing the job. Karen says, not really. We are challenged, but no, all is in perfect order. That's the ticket. That stance. Like, we're not going to hit the golden highway and never have another problem, because even great growth or great success is a challenge. There, as you know, of anybody, it's tricky to stay expanded enough to take on the next growth spurt, and to expand, to include, and to be able to be big enough to handle it. But the universe is obviously thinking that you're big enough to handle it because you guys are handling it. But it's staying here in the present moment that, We are challenged, but we know all is in perfect order. What a beautiful point of view. That is good, and I think the divine challenges us every day to be as beautiful and joyful and as loving and as loved and as lovable as possible every day. And what a wonderful group of people here today. This is really fun. This is nice. You guys make it worth it. You make it very, very worth it. Okay, now I have to do a little self-promotion. I'm selling the book, Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness, an Akashic Records Guide to Living a Fulfilled Life. This is 360 pages of meaty spiritual food. It handles regular world problems, and it helps us to grow spiritually from a soul level perspective, and it enlarges our link with the divine. It makes you work. It's not light reading, but you can do it. It makes you really use the tools and practice what you're learning, like how to open your own Akashic records and be in the record of your own soul, and how to ask questions of your masters, teachers, and loved ones, your spiritual advisory team and your Akashic records, and how to continue to grow. And there's a lot of good information in here. A lot of good information. There were times when they were having me channel this book, and I objected to being the channel that this information came through, like it was above my pay grade. And they just said, "Oh, that's nice of you to complain about that, but we're going to keep going forward, so just hang in there and just pay attention to the words we're using, and keep following the energy." And I did, and we got 40 chapters, and that was down from 50 something. Like what really counts. And so this is $24 on Amazon. Bringing Forth Soul Consciousness on Amazon is $24, or you can private message me and I'll get your address, and you can pay me directly $30, and I will write a special message on the inside cover for you and sign and date it for you, and really personalize this book for you and bless it for you. And I'd love to make that happen for any of you. It's useful. And even my sister says, it's really is one of those books that you could pick up and open anywhere and get, maybe read for 5 to 10 minutes and get uplifted energy and be reminded of how loved and held and honored and supported and promoted we are by the divine and all those beings who are on our side and who are helping us. So buy my book. I really want you to have my book. It should be on everyone's shelves. Or give it to somebody, who's like spiritually thirsty, because it's a quencher. It's a spiritual quencher. And it's empowering. Anyway, I think that's it for today. Have fun. Love. Just be in love. Love everyone else. Thank you. I feel you. Hi, Shara, Renee Seaver. You too, Sugar Pie. Kisses. I love you all. Enjoy yourselves. And enjoy being you. There's no one else like you. Thanks for being with me, folks.